Now, we know as business owners and entrepreneurs that if you're going to make it a success, you have to commit a lot of time and focus on one thing to make sure that you get to where you want to get to. Now, it's not easy though. As a business owner, as an entrepreneur, I've experienced it myself where you just think there's other business ideas which are going to be more successful, or you think the grass is green on the other side. Maybe you feel like the money's not worth it. There's too many problems in the business. And it just, once you have these down days, you start looking at other things. Like, oh, this will be much more successful. But the reality of it is, unless you give anything that full commitment of your time, it's very unlikely it's going to take off to where you want it to get to. So in today's video, I want to talk about 4 different tactics and techniques that I use personally to stay focused, stay motivated when running my small business. My name's Charlie Hiscox. I run a sports coaching company. We've got a team of over 40 members of staff now, and we work with over 50 schools, nurseries and organisations. Now, I've worked on this business for 4 years straight, and it started from just me and building to where we are now. Now, in the last 4 years, it didn't just get to this point. For me, to get to where I am now, I had to stay focused, had to stay committed to one business, but I still had these days of just, I spent hours on these different ideas. I had this one idea where I was going to set up an axe throwing business, completely unrelated to what I was doing in sports coaching, but I just thought, I have so much more money in that, and maybe I need to go and do that. Luckily, I didn't go ahead and do it. I would say personally, I'm quite good at not going ahead with all these crazy ideas that I come up with. But when you do have all these these little slips and you give up on what you're doing, it makes such a massive impact in the chances of your success in any business that you start. And so my first tip for you today is focus. F-O-C-U-S. Follow one course until successful. Now, when you can fully knuckle down and commit all of your time and energy onto one course and completely ignore everything else, just give yourself 6 months to really work on it, the chances of you succeeding and growing that business and growing that idea is so much more likely you're going to be successful than if you were to switch across loads of different ideas. So have a look at what idea that is that you're going to commit to. And once you've written it down and commit to it, don't let other ideas come into your head and if they do, just put them to one side, write them down. And the tactic I use is called give it a week. So when you give it a week, 9 times out of 10, that idea that seemed like amazing on the Monday, by Thursday you think, I can't be bothered, that it doesn't interest me, it's not for me. But on the Monday, you might genuinely have that passion, you think, like, this is what I need to do. Give it a week, and 9 times out of 10, it just won't be that idea that you have anymore. So rather than acting on something straight away, and I know it's difficult because on the Monday you're thinking, no, there's no way this isn't going to be successful, I need to do this now. And your brain tricks you into thinking, like, I need to start creating action on this, I need to start looking into staff and this. And it's like, just give yourself that week just to calm down, focus, and remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing right now. Go back to your goals, your 6-month commitment that you've made to yourself, and follow that one course until successful. Now, my second tip for you today is to write goals. Now, this is a really obvious one, and it's one that people sort of half commit to, but for me, creating goals for myself has genuinely seen a huge impact in the success I've seen within my business. And it's got to be goals which, like naturally, my business would grow 10% in revenue every year. And I know that even if I didn't really focus that much and I just kept ticking over, I know it would grow. So for me to set a goal of, in 2 years' time, I want to grow the revenue by 20%, it's not really a goal which is challenging me and forcing me to create action and change what I'm doing today. So creating goals which are realistic, but ones that are going to force you to create action and make change within your business. So one thing that I do for that is I follow, it's in a book called The One Thing, and it talks about how you can have this someday goal. I want my business to look like this someday. In 5 years' time, to look like that, my business needs to have this in 5 years' time. If I'm going to achieve that in 5 years' time, what do I need to have in 1 year? What do I need to have in 1 month? What do I need to have in 1 week? What do I need to do today to make sure I achieve these goals along the way? And it makes you realize that every small action you make on a day-to-day basis are what contributes to this someday goal. And it's it's a really good book, you need to read it. But setting goals are one of the most powerful things to do if you do it in the right way. It's not about just writing a New Year's resolution and just completely ignoring it after 2 weeks. Constantly remind yourself what it is, what you're doing, what your goals are. And for me, you should exit that with a to-do list that you have a full intention and you commit to completing. So whether that means you're going to improve your website, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, whatever it is, you need to actually have these to-do lists that you can actively see. Have I ticked these off? Am I doing them? Put a deadline on these things. You need to do, by the end of this week, I need to have this, I need to have that. And that is when you're going to start seeing success in your business. So set goals, achievable goals, but they're going to push you and force you to change what you're doing and create action. And I think you'll see a lot of success in using goals. So my third tip is one that people don't talk about so much. Definitely everyone talks about setting goals and all that sort of stuff. But for me, the third tip is mental health and staying on top of your mental health. You as a business owner are going to have days that are amazing. You get like always a fantastic day, but then you're also going to have these days which just, you feel like giving up and it's not the right thing for you. And even if it's completely unrelated to the business, maybe your personal life, it's not quite where you want it to be. And, difficult not to bring that into your own business. But there are things you can do, and things as business owners, people just don't do enough. So for me, I regularly take like a day off, and I try and make it a day where I know, the business is going to be okay, because obviously it's only a small business. But if I can take the day off and just go fishing for the afternoon or whatever, and it just resets me. And it's not like I do that just when I'm feeling down. I need to do that when I'm feeling good, because it's about prevention as much as it is about dealing with it at the time when you do start feeling down. Your mental health, if you can prevent it, slipping, just making sure you stay on top, get the rewards of being a business owner. It's not all about having to grind all day every day, because it's not realistic for you to be able to do that long-term basis whilst keeping your mental health positive. And if your mental health isn't there, your business isn't going to be there. So yeah, try and prevent it is massively important. But also, when you do start feeling down, because it's realistic, you've got a lot of pressure on your shoulders, actually realise trying to just calm yourself down. So if you're in that anxious phase, you might be in it right now where you're really struggling and you don't know what to do. But just resetting yourself and understanding, when you're feeling anxious, a lot of the time it's about a fear of the unknown or fear about something that's going to happen in the future. But in this moment right now, as you're watching this video, you don't have things to worry about. You're watching this video, but there is other things that you're worrying about, and it's trying to appreciate that you're be grateful for the moment that you're in right now. Okay, so another thing I do for my mental health is I create a gratitude list. And for me personally, when I do start to feel down, I really have to appreciate what I've got around me. So every morning and every night as I brush my teeth, I will write one thing that I'm grateful for in my life. And for me personally, that I've seen so much success from that in helping me to get back on top of my game and feeling mentally strong again. So yeah, that mental health is obviously a massively important one. Something that you should probably know about, but it's, for me, for trying to prevent it as much as possible and just stay positive all the time. But as a business owner, understand that you might feel a bit worried and anxious about things at times, and just dealing with it in the right way as best as possible as you can to get you back on top of your business so you can grow and continue to hit those goals. So the fourth one for me is your cash flow forecast. And finance is a massively important part of business, and it'd be unrealistic to try and just focus on all the nice things and setting your goals and that. But actually, you're running your business for a reason. It's to make money. If you want to employ people, make a bigger impact in your communities, in the space that you're working in, you have to be a successful business. You have to make money. So and part of that is you're making profit and rewarding yourself for the hard work you're putting in. And even if right now the money isn't quite where you think it should be, or you want to be earning a bit more money, when you can start looking at, right, in a year's time, if I can do this, or in 3 years' time, this is where I'm going to be at. That's when you're going to start. I think that's a nice little reset to remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing, and to appreciate and keep working hard, because when you know that it's building up to something which is going to make you more money, you're going to be more successful, then it's worth it, isn't it? So looking at your finances and appreciating, today might not be where you want them to be, but in a few years' time, a few months' time, just that recheck. So finance is a massively important thing as well. So that is all my tips and tricks for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed them. And actually, if you can go away and implement even just 1 or 2 of these into your business today, I think it'll help you stay focused on your business. Make sure you're hitting your goals and that you're achieving what you want to achieve. Try and stay focused. That's all I can say. Just that one. Try and write down that one thing that you're doing for the next 6 months and just commit fully to it. Okay, even after 2 weeks, if you think it's not the right thing, just keep going at it, keep going and keep working hard, all of your effort, all of your attention, and you can achieve some amazing things. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do drop us a like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.